frustrations,
Is that a leprechaun?
such as the rally to have MC5 band
Looks like a
manager John
leprechaun.
Sinclair.
Reapers, what is good? It's your boy Laser. He's advisor back with another reaction video. He's on the reaction content. So continue to deliver that for you guys. Strengthening up 5 strange conspiracy theories that sound fake but are real. Guys, there's so many crazy theories out there. Like, what if my pee-pee was small? There's not a theory. Shut your bitch ass up. If you guys enjoy this scary content, wish you the feature. It's me, the like button. You subscribe to the notification bell. Because every night Twitch streams are freaking amazing. Let's dive straight in this video. Here we go. Top 5.
When we think about conspiracy theorists, we usually consider them to be somewhat over the top, considering some of the outlandish conspiracy theories that they've come up with from time to time. But every so often, one of these theories turns out to be a true story, and we are reminded just how strange this world can truly be.
Dude, so strange, right? Like, really strange. Number 5.
Number 5.
Come on, bitch. What the fuck? That was
In
such
1919,
a long...
the Chicago White Sox were considered to be the best team in all of baseball, making it all the way
White Sox suck. No, literally, bro. My socks are white because I known them. They turned into marshmallow cube.
to the World Series. It's understandable then that when the Cincinnati Reds defeated them by 5-3, some people smelled a rat and conspiracy theories abounded. And those theories turned out to be true when pitcher 𝐬𝐨𝐸 confessed to a grand jury that he was part of a matchmaking scheme, along with 7 other White Sox players.
Dude, you know what's crazy? You look at baseball. I've seen like baseball footage from like the fucking like early 1900s, like late 1800s. People are like Babe Ruth is like the best player of all time, bro. Babe Ruth, like imagine thinking Babe Ruth's like actually the GOAT of baseball, bro. Like you look at like we've all been bamboozled into believing he's the GOAT, bro. Like I'm gonna be for real. I'm kind of a casual. I'm actually a full casual when it comes to baseball. I like baseball. I mean, baseball. Here's the thing about baseball, right? And I can't lie. Out of all the sports out there, I think it's the most boring. But it's like, I think like playoff baseball is like hella hype. Like I think that's just actually really fun to watch. You know, I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm a casual, but I mean I'm a Dodgers fan because I'm from LA. So you guys can't say I'm a bandwagon. I literally have a reason to be a Dodgers fan because I'm from LA. Like that's how it should be. Like you should root for your team that like is either related to like where you were born or like where you live. See, I have a reason to like the Dodgers. I was born in LA, so they're one of my favorite teams. And plus, I mean not one of my one of my teams for like Alvo sports, not like just baseball. I only have one favorite team, it's the Dodgers. But fuck my foot. But as far as like just like you look at footage, like dude, Babe Ruth, like that motherfucker had too many glizzy gobblers, bro. Bro was hitting home runs like I think he was hitting like 10 home runs a game, bro. Because did you see the era he played in? He played against fucking like plumbers and shit, bro. Literally, you put Babe Ruth, dude. If you put Babe Ruth in today's era, that motherfucker would literally like he wouldn't even be like the. You know?
To throw the World Series in the favor of the Reds.
I'm such a casual when it
the
comes
players
to baseball,
involved
but, I mean,
were pitcher 𝐬𝐸𝐸, Claude Williams, first baseman Arnold Gandil, shortstop Charles Risberg, third baseman George Weaver, outfielders Joe Jackson and Oscar Felsch, as well as the utility infielder Fred McMullen. The scheme saw these players receiving large amounts of money from a gambling syndicate run by Arnold Rothstein. Since the Sox's club owner, Charles Comiskey, was known to underpay his players, they saw it as an opportunity for a proper payday.
What's up with the logos? This is that's the White Sox logo? It looks like fucking Illuminati shit. What the fuck is that? You got like an eye and then you got like an... What the fuck am I looking at? That's some Illuminati shit. In
a scheme masterminded by Chick Gandil, who'd previously been arrested for stealing money from the Fresno team, of which he had previously been a member. Immediately after the series ended, Hugh Fullerton and other sports writers aired their suspicions, but it wasn't until September of the following year that a grand jury was called to investigate. After more players confessed, Comiskey suspended the 7 remaining players, since Gandil was already suspended due to a salary dispute. The players stood trial the following year, but their confessions and other key evidence had disappeared from the grand jury files, and they were acquitted. On the 3rd of August of that year, all 8 players involved were suspended from baseball for life. 7 of the players received $5,000 each for their part in the fix, equivalent to about $75,000 today.
Now, this is crazy because, like, of all the scandals, this is nothing compared. I think the Astros won't, bro. Fuck the Astros. Who the fuck likes the Astros, man? Like, I hate Texas teams in general, like, as, like, a sports fan, but it's like, imagine being a fucking Astros fan, bro. You know what's crazy? Most of their fans are fucking bandwagons. Because I remember before they won that first tainted World Series, bro. Totally not a salty Dodgers fan. Rare laser out. Shut your bitch ass up. They literally cheated, bro. I don't care. I don't care if we couldn't win at home. Like, we would have. 2017 should have been the Dodgers' year, bro. I mean, we won in 2020, but I'm gonna be for real. Like, I'm gonna be completely for real. That was a Mickey Mouse chip. I'm gonna be honest. That was a Mickey Mouse chip. But hey, we still won the. It's still, but it's not. But here's the thing, though. You can't say it was like tainted like the Astros. The Astros straight up cheated. Every other team had the same chance to win that year when we won. Like that's the thing, bro. And people say the same thing about the Lakers, bro, when they won in the bubble year or whatever. Like people are always like, oh, it was short and Mickey Mouse. Blah, blah, blah. You're acting like every other team didn't have the same opportunity to win it. Like, and it's funny because it's like I guarantee you if any other team, I guarantee you if like the fucking Braves won that year or like the fucking it was the Rays who beat, yeah, the Rays. Fucking everyone wouldn't be complaining about it. Like it's just funny because people hate the Dodgers just because like they're the Dodgers, you know. They hate us because like we're just a good team, you know. But I'm totally not a casual. I mean, I know my Dodgers players. I know Muncy, fucking Turner. Well, Trey Turner, fucking got traded. I think Justin Turner, he got traded. Dude, it's crazy how like all the players I used to know got left. Like I don't follow up really. Like I see the scores every once in a while. I don't follow up, like the players and shit. I know all the players I used to love left. Like Seager left, Bellinger left. Oh, dude, it's so sad to see what happened to Bellinger. I know he's still all right, but he's never gonna go back to what he once was. Damn, bro, they all left. I think Hernandez came back. Kiki, I think he came back to the Dodgers. Fucking, I don't know. It's a whole different lineup now. We got fucking Freeman. He came from the Braves. Fucking, oh, what's that? I forgot.
But Gandil received much more for being the mastermind, pocketing $35,000, the equivalent of about $520,000 today. The White Sox, having lost 7 of their best players, slid to 7th place in 1921 and would only feature in a pennant race again 16 years after the scandal took place.
Interesting. Number 4.
Number 4. In 1972, many conspiracy theorists believed that John Lennon, the legendary rhythm guitarist for the Beatles, was being watched by the FBI. Not only did this conspiracy theory turn out to be true, but it went much deeper than previously speculated. Since 1972 was an election year, the Nixon administration believed that Lennon's stance on the war, as well as his other political beliefs, posed a threat to the country's 18 to 29-year-olds' voting direction, given his popularity with people of that age. A federal agent was quoted as saying that if Lennon and Yoko Ono dared to attend the Republican National Convention in Miami of that year, the couple would be arrested for interstate travel in the furtherance of conspiracy to incite a riot. A lawyer named Leon Wilds wrote that he had never seen the government so determined to have someone removed from the United States. Wilds would go—
I mean, bro, that's the government for you, man. They'll take you out if you know too much. They'll take me, guys. If I ever go missing, like I said, I mean they ain't got shit on me, but it's like, dude, I know way too much. I'm so ahead of my time. It's insane. I know way too much. It's scary. It's scary, bro. Like, damn, I'm bro. I could be poisoned one day. Like, it's just scary how, guys. If I ever die from some weird cause, like if the news says I died from like poisoning, I went missing or just anything like that, it was the government.
On to publish a book on how hard the Nixon administration fought to have Lennon deported back to the UK. with its efforts hinging mostly on a prior conviction for possession of an illegal substance in the UK in 1968. After being arrested on that charge, Lennon and Ono moved to the US on temporary visas and were actively participating in demonstrations
Is that a leprechaun?
such as the rally to have MC5 band
Looks like a
manager John
leprechaun.
Sinclair released from prison after he was arrested for selling illegal substances to an undercover police officer.
Like what?
15,000 people attended that rally, and Lennon performed the song John Sinclair, which he'd written especially for that occasion, causing the government to take an even closer look into him.
Guys, honest question. Did John Lennon like lemons? No, like actually though, did he like lemons? Lemons are good, bro. But it's like you gotta put it in shit.
Since Sinclair was released by the following weekend, after serving 2 years behind bars. When the government learned that a group called the Chicago 7 was planning to recruit people to attend the Republican National Convention by holding rock concerts with Lennon as a drawing card, U.S. Attorney General John Mitchell had Lennon's visa revoked and set in motion processes to have him deported. He would be granted a 1-month extension on his visa, but the government had decided to make the couple's life as hard as possible.
John Lennon.
Telephone repairmen were sent to their house, but left when asked for identification. Two men were spotted across the road from Lennon's house, fixing a bike for days on end, and when the couple got into a vehicle, the same 2 men followed them in their own car. It got to the point where Lennon would speak in a woman's voice whenever he contacted his attorney by phone.
Why?
And this would go on for the next 4 years. But at the end of those 4 years, Lennon was granted permanent resident status in the US, thanks to a technicality in his previous conviction. And by that time, Nixon had already left office. Lennon would later state that during the years that he was being pursued, he was made to feel perfectly at home by the people of New York, and he would live there until passing away in 1980 at the hands of Mark Chapman. Number 3. The true story of Operation Mockingbird was speculated about by conspiracy theorists during the 1970s, claiming that the CIA was manipulating news media for the purpose of propaganda towards the people of the United States.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I've never watched a news source. I mean, I used to watch the news, but it's like, I never really cared about it. You know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna be for real. Like, I just like, I'm your news source, guys. You guys come to me for news, but no, literally, I'm the news source. But what was I gonna say? The only news I ever liked, bro. Like, I don't like watching news because it makes me feel like a fucking sheep, bro. I just don't like listen to people telling me how to think and shit. I'm not trying to get into politics and all that shit. I don't give a fuck about politics. I just don't. Watching the news makes me feel like a fucking sheep, bro. I like thinking for myself. I don't like fuckers. You guys can call me. I know there's gonna be so much backlash for me saying this. I mean, I don't even think it's backlash. I'm just being for real. Like, I just can't listen to any news source. Any news source. The only news source I ever liked was CNN Student News, bro. Because it took out 10 minutes from our fucking, goddamn, like, time in that miserable hell. I hated everything about school. Everything about it, I hated it. And, what else was I gonna fucking say, bro? That Carl Zeus motherfucker, bro, carried it like crazy. Bro carried that shit, dude.
In 1967, an article published in Ramparts magazine.
Is that shit still? Is it still a thing? I think they ended it like years ago. I don't know. Is it still a thing? If it is still a thing, no way it's the same fucker that does it. If it doesn't have Carl Zeus in it, it's not good. That was his name, right?
Exposed the CIA's support of front groups. It reported that the National Student Association was receiving funds from the agency.
Sex tapes.
And in 1975, a congressional investigation.
Hey y'all, if I release a sex tape in the future, would y'all pay for it? Would y'all pay for it? Be for real. Dude, I might actually release a sex tape in the future. No, literally, I might actually. Why not? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna. I don't know. You never know.
By the Church Committee.
Money!
Found that the CIA had connections to as many as 50 journalists, as well as civic groups. In 1973, the CIA published a document entitled The Family Jewels, in which they referenced a different operation called Project Mockingbird. The document detailed how journalists were wiretapped and eavesdropped on in order to identify leaks within the US government. An article published in Rolling Stone magazine in 1977 added further info on the Church Committee's findings, stating that around 400 members of the press were considered by the CIA to be intelligence assets. This included Arthur Hayes Sulzberg, publisher of the New York Times as well as Time magazine. Reporter Deborah Davis wrote that Operation Mockingbird was established by Frank Wisner, the director of the Office of Policy Coordination. She stated that this was done in retaliation to reports that the International Organization of Journalists was receiving money from Moscow to control journalists from every major newspaper in Europe in order to disseminate stories in favor of the communist cause. She went on to claim that by the 1950s, Wisner controlled members of the New York Times, Newsweek, and CBS, and that after Cord Meyer joined the CIA, he became the main operative for Operation Mockingbird.
Squish, squish, those are my titty bob.
Number 2.
What? Number 2? Hurry up, bitch.
On the 17th of January, 1920, the Volstead Act was introduced in the United States. The act was named after Judiciary Chairman Andrew Volstead, and it was aimed at implementing the Prohibition Amendment by defining the processes and procedures for banning alcoholic beverages.
Wow, bro, these motherfuckers literally are preaching over fucking going crazy over not being able to drink a poison. I know, literally, alcohol is literal poison, bro. I never liked alcohol, and I have no desire to drink it in the future. I think it's garbage. I've only liked wine, and wine barely has any alcohol in it. Wine's always been my only favorite alcohol drink. I don't know why, but for some reason, wine is just, I like wine. I don't know why. You know, I don't drink it crazy, but I just drink it on special occasions, fucking goddamn Hanukkah and all that shit. Just special occasions. I like wine for some reason. It doesn't even taste good. I just like wine. I don't know why. But that's the only alcohol I ever had a desire to drink. And it's I don't even drink it that much. I barely drink it. But it's imagine these motherfuckers are really crying over alcohol, bro. Come on, man. It's not that deep. Do something with your lives.
Their production, as well as their distribution. And so, for the next 13 years, it would be illegal to produce or sell alcoholic drinks, with the exception of cider and wine, which could be made at home.
Is that
distilleries
slime?
in the bordering Canada and Mexico flourished during this time, as people would either travel there to get a drink or smuggle alcohol back to their homes, as it wasn't illegal to consume stockpiled beverages. Much of the smuggled alcohol became available for sale at hidden bars and nightclubs known as speakeasies. They were named so because patrons had to whisper in low tones when attempting to enter one of these establishments. Since grape juice was legal to drink, its sales skyrocketed as it would ferment and turn into wine if left to stand for 60 days or more. 𝐭𝐤𝐿, a grape concentrate, was sold for this purpose and included instructions on how to turn the juice into wine. This would only last until 1931, however, after a federal court ruling found that it violated Section 29 of the Volstead Act. Bootleggers began using industrial ethyl alcohol to produce illegal beverages, but when many people started getting sick, and in many cases losing their lives after consuming alcohol produced this way, conspiracy theories arose claiming that the government was poisoning the supply of ethyl.
The government? What the fuck? I'm fucking sheep.
Alcohol to prevent further production of alcohol. Many people believed that this was merely speculation, but it soon.
Guys, you know what turns me on, bro? When girls shot their pants and fart in my face.
Came to light that the conspiracy theorists were correct, as it was found the government ordered methyl alcohol to be added to ethyl alcohol supplies. This did not deter everyone, however, and many people still consumed the illegally made drinks. Before the Prohibition officially ended in 1933, as many as 10,000 people lost their lives as a result. Number 1.
Number 1. Come on, bitch.
On April 14th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln became the first United States president.
Dude, Abraham Lincoln, he got assassinated in 1987, right? That was the year, right?
He assassinated. He was attending a play called Our American Cousin.
Dude, there's like a whole footage. I think there's like I remember seeing this like footage video of like showing his assassination, bro. The way it's like, the way he gets assassinated, it just looks so like fucking goofy. It's like he's like, and he's like, he just falls down like that. I remember seeing this like video on YouTube. You know, obviously it's skipped, but it's like it just looks so damn fake. Not fake. It just looks so goofy when he died. Like
at Ford's Theater in Washington D.C. when he was attacked.
This motherfucker was a really good. I mean, I don't know. I'm a casual when it comes to presidents, but it's like I know he was actually a really good president, right? All I know is like the only president that I actually ever really liked for some reason was John F. Kennedy. He was probably like, I don't know too much about politics, but he might have been the best one.
Attacked by stage actor and Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth. Lincoln would pass away the next day in the Peterson House across the street from the theater at 7:22 a.m. But many conspiracy theories held that Booth didn't act alone, and he was part of a much larger conspiracy, a speculation that turned out to be completely accurate. On April 14th, Booth had visited the theater to pick up his mail when he learned that Lincoln planned on attending the play that night. This gave him the perfect opportunity to carry out his plan, as he had been on stage at Ford's Theater many times and knew the layout of the building and its staff well. He and his fellow conspirators, Lewis Powell, Michael O'Laughlin, Samuel Arnold, and John Surratt, had conspired to kidnap Lincoln on the 17th of March as he
Lincoln, bro. Why? Not my boy Lincoln.
returned from the play at the Campbell Military Hospital. But he had attended a ceremony at the National Hotel instead, and their plan was thwarted. Other fellow conspirators included David Harold, a dim-witted man who
on some shit though, being assassinated's gotta be like one of my worst fears, hands down.
Who helped Booth escape to Virginia, George Atzerodt, who was given the task to assassinate Vice President Andrew Johnson, but backed out. Mary Surratt, who owned the boarding house where the conspirators met. Samuel Mudd, who set Booth's broken leg after the attack, and Edmund Spangler, a stagehand at the theater, who assisted Booth that night. Upon learning that Lincoln would be at the theater, Booth traveled to the boarding house and asked Mary Surratt to tell a tenant, Louis Weichman, to ready the weapons that he had stored there earlier. The group met one final time that night at 8:45 p.m., and knowing that he would be able to gain access to the president's box due to being a known actor, Booth decided that he would carry out the attack. He planned to fire at Lincoln first before attacking
Guys, someone fire me in the head.
Ulysses S. Grant with a sharpened blade, not knowing that Grant had decided not to accompany Lincoln as the men's wives weren't fond of each other. The policeman, tasked with guarding the presidential box, John Parker, took his chance to visit a tavern during the intermission along with Lincoln's valet.
This you ever just go to a tavern, bro, and squish your titty ball?
Just happened to be the same tavern where Booth was sitting in wait to carry out the group's heinous plan.
Damn, it's crazy. Well, guys, as if this video, hope you guys enjoyed it, guys. Which one of those theories was the most interesting to you? If you guys enjoy this scary content, what's curious features to do, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.